Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video we're going to be walking through how to turn on the entire media system here at Signs and Wonders. So let's go. So folks, this is a little bit different. I understand y'all don't have the exact same setup, but like we normally do, a lot of these videos are for documentation for the media ministry here so that everybody knows how to do everything here. And I really recommend, if you don't have anything like this for your ministry, to actually do this because it makes it easy and you're actually doing some succession planning, putting stuff in place so that people know how to run everything so it's not just dependent on one person. So let me take you through the whole process of how here we turn everything on. All right, so when we turn on the system, well, before I even get started, because of how everything is set up, if I had this to do again, I would have had all of our speakers put on a same kind of like wired to where everything is done by one electrical switch, just to turn everything on, and that would make this easy. But we didn't have the option of doing this, so we're leveraging a lot of smart outlets. All of them can be reached except for the one that's on the balcony that signals the hanging speakers. So if we had any issue, we would have to get up there on a ladder. But thankfully, we won't have to do that. But let's go ahead and come back here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the X32 mixer. There's an on switch right here. Switch that on. And the whole system is now up. Now we have these two switches that power everything. One is for audio, two is for video. So say we only have praise team practice, choir practice, musicians practice, or whatever, and they only need the audio. We just go ahead and hit number one. Now switches down here turned on. This power strip down here powers the monitors in the front. That also turns on the S16, the amp that powers the floor speakers. Those are the monitors. So the wall speakers are also turned on as well too with that. So now all of the sound is up and working, including the microphones. So if I grab a mic real quick, go ahead and turn that on. And turn that channel up. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now the audio is on. Now just realize the same way, turn that off now. Just realize in the same way we're gonna do that in reverse to turn everything off. Well, first, let's make sure we bring our audio down for the house. I'm gonna mute the mics and make sure the main speakers are muted so that we don't hear any pops. We just turn that down. Let's go ahead and hit 1 again. As you can see, that's turned off. Our mics are turned off. The S16 is turned off, which is sending power to the P16s. The drum cage and stuff is off. The speakers are off. And the floor monitors are off. Now all that's done, we come to the X32. We're going to go to setup. Go all the way over to global. Make sure shutdown is selected. If it's not, you can turn this knob to get it there, but for most part it should always be there. It's at shutdown. Let's push in the button. Wait till it says it's ready to shut down. Then we switch it off. Now the whole audio system is turned off. Really straightforward. Now say you're ready to turn on everything, the video and the audio system. It's just as simple. There's another button that needs to be pressed. We're going to come in here. Let's turn on the board. And I personally like to wait till this is all the way up before we start turning on the sound. All right, now that's up. I'm going to go ahead and get the right remote, which says media here. We're going to turn on our multi-view here. We're going to press number 1 to turn on the audio. And then we're going to press number 2 to turn on all the components with the video. So that's powering the ATEM. The joystick will start up here in a second, as well as the camera. So if we look back, our multi-view is now on, and power came here from the PoE switch. Now the PoE switch will cycle twice, so don't be surprised if this is up now, but then it's going to go off and come back on again. That's natural. You see the cameras are now up. They got power to them. And there's the power switch that I just told you about that cuts off and it cuts right back on. That's just a power cycle with the switch. Just give it time and it will come back up. And there it goes. Cycling again. And there we go. And all the cameras are back up. Now that cycling again, that's just inherent with the Unify brand of PoE switches, because this is an all Unify network. That's not really that important, but just be aware it's nothing to matter with the fact that this turns on and turns back off. It's just a precautionary thing. So now at this point, everything is on. The audio system is live. The video system is live. The controls for the cameras are live. So if I hit camera number 1, I can zoom in. I have complete control over the system. We're also getting audio being fed from the sound system, ready for live streaming, and everything is good to go. So if I grab a mic, and let's bring the house sound up. And we're gonna, our live stream audio is already up. Let's turn on the pulpit and the subs. If I turn this on, testing. Oh, I didn't unmute my mic. There we go. Now we're live. And as you can see and hear, the live stream is getting audio, and all of the system out here has everything on as well. The digital wall is on, and I didn't get the remote. I gotta turn on the back TV. So that's something simple. We just gotta come out here and then turn on the TVs. That's the part I forgot. So there we go. That's number 1. And the power didn't go to that one. There we go. And everything is now on. Now, we don't have to worry about shutting off the TVs, because once the signal is lost to these, after 5 minutes, these will automatically shut off. The back screen is directly connected to the computer, so technically this one should not be turned off, because this just acts as a computer monitor. But if you turn it off, it's not a big deal. So let's go in reverse now. We're gonna turn off everything. First thing we want to do, let's make sure we bring down our house volume. We're going to go to bus, and we want to mute the pulpit as well as the subs. Just as a precaution, we don't want to have nothing popping and nothing like that. We're going to hit number 2. That, as you see, turns off the video gear. And then we're going to turn off number 1. That now turns off everything else outside of here. Now for the last thing, well, not the last thing, for the mixer, go to setup, go all the way over. If it's not on global, go on setup, push this in, wait till it says it's safe, reach back here, turn that off, and that is it. As you can see, the digital wall is off. The back TV is still on because the computer is on. That's not a problem. These 2 TVs will turn off when there's no signal. Now, I didn't show this, but when you turn on that other switch, let's actually turn everything back on again. Now, I'm going to set this to number 4 right now, just so we have an image. When you turn that on, that is also driving the connection to all the other TVs throughout the church. Let me take you to where all that really is doing is turning on the converter and the splitter that drives all of the video in the other parts of the building. So I can grab this entrance TV, just to give an example. If I switch the input on this TV to number 2, there is the wallpaper from our computer. And you might not be able to notice that, but that is what's connecting here. 2 is the sanctuary. So if I go into the other parts here and say we turn this TV on, there's the sanctuary wallpaper. I guess I should have put a picture up so you can see it, but that's what's driving all of that.